after my couple of little burnout launches, the car's making some real bad noises. This center driveline thing is really sounding bad. It's like a real bad rumble, or like grinding. No, maybe not a grinding, just a really bad rumble. I'll try to see if you can hear it. But it happens when you accelerate, so I think it's got to definitely be the guibo or the center support bearing for the propeller shaft. It was making pretty bad noises earlier, but now after those couple of little launches, it's real bad. I'll see if you can hear it. I'll point it at the direction. It's like constant now, every time you hit the accelerator. Yeah, it sounds real dodgy. So just another thing I'm going to have a look at, and if it is the center support bearing and the guibo, I can't imagine it being too expensive, so let's hope. I basically just want to update you on what's been happening with my little M3. I, as you saw in the clip, did a few little launches, burnouts, and the whole car went from making a minor noise to a really bad one. I took the car to a really good friend of mine. His name's Raymond from Function Auto Works, and he helped me out so much. He's an absolute legend. You'll be able to see in the clip, like, he goes through and basically looks at everything on the car that's wrong with it. Now, he certainly said that from the damage that was on this car, it couldn't have been just from those two little launches. So he thinks it's been there for a long time, and the person that I had inspect it when I bought the car certainly didn't pick it up, didn't look at it, hardly even looked at it at all, he reckons. So here's what he had to say about it.
So I've got Russell Cap's E36 M3, 3 litre. Secondary air pump's been deleted. Power steering's leaking. Maybe high pressure hose. Left hand engine cross member, it's got a hole straight through it. So is the right one. It's caused the engine to sit on the power steering rack. Not sure where this hose comes from, but runs into the cross member as well. Timing chain tensioner is a bit wet, but maybe from the rocker cover from above. So we'll do the rocker cover, wash it down and re-diagnose it later. The sump's been done, but with a bit of goo. It seems to be leaking as well. The gearbox has got a little bit of a sweep. Maybe a bit of hydraulic fluid as well. Making our way to the back. Right hand subframe carrier mount. Has a hairline crack. What else was there? Yeah, front load control arm, outer ball joint. Let's get a bit of play on the left hand side. Rear brakes are getting a bit low. It's on this side.
So Raymond thankfully went through the whole car, stripped the rocker cover gasket off, the sump gasket, pulled it all out, he completely replaced the entire engine cross member, which is right here. You can see the damage to it. It's just, you can see how flogged out it is, but how it's been like that for ages. It's obviously gotten worse, but you can tell that this was damage that had been there for a while. I mean, look at this is another engine mount. You can see it. It's just completely smashed itself. So yeah, I do take a lot of responsibility, but bit of a weak car if it can't even handle a couple of tiny little launches and burnouts. So anyway, Raymond helped me out so much. He did all that, replaced all the engine mounts. He did the rocket cover gasket, the sump gasket, engine cross member, complete new oil change obviously. So now I'm just going to show you the rest of what I need to do. The next work I'm going to be doing is, as you saw in the video, he pointed out this catch can was just like the return lines just poking into the engine cross member. It's such a ghetto setup. It's really junk. So I'm going to be removing all of this. All of these junk wires and stuff here, I'm going to be fully cleaning up. Getting rid of a lot of this stuff here, but not getting rid of it because obviously it is for the electric fan for the radiator. So I'm not going to be getting rid of it all, but just cleaning it right up. I am going to be getting rid of the oil pressure gauge. I've got this oil pressure gauge here, which is a line to the oil pressure gauge, and you can see it comes down underneath the engine plenum, intake plenum, and it goes in down there somewhere. So I'm going to be deleting that because it's just an aftermarket one, and as you can see here, it just flops around. It's a pile of rubbish. It works really well, but I'm going to be getting rid of it because it just does that when I'm driving along, which is really annoying. I'll turn it on so you can see how it does work. The engine is warm at the moment, so that's why the oil pressure is quite low at idle, which is actually a good pressure, 180 kPa with warm oil. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to be removing that, but also I'm trying to sort out all of this radio system. I bought a new head unit. I bought this JVC CD player head unit, which I'm going to be installing. I installed it and got all these plugs and everything for it, these adaptive plugs, but the speakers do not work. I can't get any speakers to work, so I need to go through all the wiring and have a look at that. But that'll be another video. I just today wanted to show you what had been going on with the car and why I haven't been able to make any videos, because it's been with Raymond for about 2 months. But absolutely, Raymond is a legend. Raymond from Function Auto Works, mate, you're a champion. Thank you so much for helping me out. Really, really appreciate all the work you've done for me, and you really looked after me on price as well. If you guys want any advice on BMWs and you're in Melbourne, please look up Raymond. As again, his business is called Function Auto Works. He makes some really, really high-end strut mount braces for the back of E36s and E46s. Really, really nice kits to help strengthen up the whole rear end of them. And yeah, hopefully I can get this thing sorted out, looking a lot better. And I've got a few jobs I want to do, but they'll be all for a new video. Thanks guys.